Just me in the studio tonight for the next half hour, but for good reason. The Action Sports Jax roadie continues on. Brent Martineau and Stuart Weber had made their way north, making stops in Cartersville, Knoxville, and touchdown in the great state of Ohio. That's where we found our fearless leader today, Brent Martineau, exploring the connections between Ohio and the River City.
The road trip continues here in Columbus, Ohio, right outside Ohio Stadium, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And if you're looking for connections with Urban Meyer, there's an obvious one between the state of Ohio and the state of Florida. Coach for the Gators, coach for the Buckeyes most recently. But it goes beyond that when you're thinking about Ohio State and even the city of Jacksonville. Let's go all the way back to 1978. The legendary Woody Hayes coaching in the Gator Bowl against Clemson. It would be Woody Hayes' final game as the Buckeyes head coach, because of one of the most historic punches ever thrown. Woody Hayes hit an opposing Clemson player. That would be it, not only for the Buckeyes in that game, but also for Woody Hayes as the head coach at Ohio State. Let's fast forward some 4 decades and look at the Ohio State Buckeye roster this past season, and it had 3 Jacksonville connections, all from Trinity Christian. Shaun Wade, projected to be maybe a first-round draft pick, playing cornerback for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Then there's Tyreek Johnson. We don't talk about him as much with the Buckeyes, but he could be a rising star here in Columbus. He also plays in the Buckeyes secondary. And Marcus Crowley, he's a running back for the Buckeyes, also hails from Trinity Christian, had a terrific career with the Conquerors. So there are some players on the roster from Jacksonville, a little bit of a pipeline from Trinity Christian to Ohio State. And then to come full circle, of course, there is Urban Meyer, now going to be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, his last stop with the Buckeyes, a little bit of a hiatus, and now the jump to the NFL to see if he can be as successful at the NFL level as he's been at the collegiate level. One more tie into Jacksonville. Right after Urban Meyer was named the head coach of the Buckeyes back in late December of 2011. The first game for the Buckeyes right after that, even though Luke Fickell was the interim head coach, was down in Jacksonville at the Gator Bowl against Urban's former team, the Florida Gators. The Gators beat the Buckeyes on that day. Next stop on our trip, Urban Meyer's hometown. We're headed to Ashtabula, Ohio, amidst a little bit of a snowstorm, most likely. For now, I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
Hey, the fun is just beginning. The boys will continue setting fire to the highway, and you can follow them right along right here on ESPN 690 and, of course, on TV. Brent and Austin Lane will be on your airwaves from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Where's Martineau continues next week.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.